If you're over 60 and stairs feel tougher than they used to, you're not alone, and you're not weak. Most of what makes stairs hard is a mix of lost practice in key movements, a little stiffness, and a bit less power and balance than before. The good news is that all of this can improve with the right plan. In this video, I'll guide you through the only 5 exercises you need to rebuild stair strength, control, balance, and endurance. We'll count down from number 5 to number 1, and the last one often makes the biggest difference, so stay with me to the end. Before we begin, a quick reminder, this is educational information, not medical advice. If you have heart or blood pressure issues, joint replacements, osteoporosis, balance problems, or any medical concerns, check with your healthcare provider first. Always stop if you feel sharp pain, dizziness, chest discomfort, or unusual shortness of breath. Keep a sturdy support, like a wall, countertop, or stair rail, close by during every exercise. Let's start with a gentle 2 to 3 minute warm-up so your muscles and joints are ready. March in place or take a slow walk around the room. Roll your shoulders backward and forward. Gently bend and straighten your knees a few times while holding a counter. Circle your ankles both directions and take a few deep, easy breaths. If your calves or ankles feel stiff in the morning, spend an extra minute rocking from heels to toes to wake them up. Wear supportive shoes if you have them, keep some water nearby, and choose a clear, well-lit space where you can move safely without clutter. Exercise number 5 is the wall sit, and its job is endurance. When you're climbing stairs, your legs don't just push, they also hold you steady in the middle of each step. The wall sit builds exactly that holding strength. Stand with your back against a wall and step your feet about 1 to 2 feet forward, roughly hip-width apart. Slide down only as low as feels comfortable. You do not need to hit a perfect 90 degrees at the knees, just find the level where you feel your thighs working without knee pain. Keep your lower back lightly pressed to the wall, your knees stacked over your ankles, and your weight mostly through your heels rather than your toes. Breathe normally, avoid holding your breath. Hold for 20 to 40 seconds, stand up and rest, and repeat for a second set. Do this every other day. As you get stronger, you can work up to 60 to 90 seconds. If it feels too hard, simply don't go as low or shorten the time. If it feels easy, try a gentle challenge. During the hold, lift one heel for 5 seconds, set it down, and lift the other. That adds single leg stability in a safe way. If your knees or back complain, come up a little higher and keep the movement pain-free. Your goal is a steady, quiet hold with smooth breathing. Shake out your legs, take a sip of water, and let's move on. Exercise number 4 is step downs, and this one trains control when lowering your body. Most people practice stepping up, but going downstairs actually demands more control from your muscles and more confidence from your balance. Find a very low step, 2 to 4 inches is perfectly fine, and position yourself next to a rail or countertop so you can lightly hold on. Stand tall with both feet on the step and shift your weight onto the leg that will stay on the step. Slowly lower the other foot toward the floor for a count of 3. Lightly tap your toes to the ground as if you're checking the floor is there, then press through the heel of the leg on the step to return to the starting position. Keep your knee tracking in line with your toes, avoid letting it collapse inward. Keep your chest lifted and your eyes forward, not down at your feet, so your body learns to trust its position. Start with 6 to 10 slow repetitions per side, rest, and complete 2 to 3 sets, 3 days per week with a day of rest between sessions. If you feel wobbly, use an even lower step, hold the rail more firmly, or slow the movement down. If you feel steady, you can hold a light weight at your chest to add challenge, but keep the focus on slow, smooth lowering. The magic here is control. The slower and steadier you lower, the more your muscles learn to support you on real stairs. Before we continue, remember that small, consistent steps beat big, irregular efforts. If you're finding this helpful, make a mental note of which exercise already feels useful to you, and commit to trying it today. Now, exercise number 3 is standing hip abduction, which builds the stability that stops you from wobbling on the stairs. The muscles on the side of your hips are your unsung heroes. They keep your pelvis level and your body calm when you shift weight from one leg to the other. Stand next to a wall or counter for support. Put your weight on one leg and keep that knee soft, not locked. Stay tall through your spine. Imagine a string gently lifting the top of your head. Without leaning your body, slowly lift the other leg out to the side. Move from the hip rather than throwing the leg or twisting your torso. Pause for a second or two at the top, then lower with control. You should feel the outside of your hip working, not your lower back. Do 10 to 12 smooth repetitions on each side and repeat for 2 to 3 sets. You can do this most days of the week because these muscles respond well to frequent practice. If you want more challenge, add a light resistance band around your ankles or just slow the tempo to 3 seconds up and 3 seconds down. If you tend to tip your body to the side, stand a little closer to the wall and focus on keeping your torso upright. Over time, you'll notice that shifting weight on stairs feels steadier and you'll feel less need to cling to the handrail. Exercise number 2 is the sit to stand, and it builds functional strength that transfers directly to stair climbing. It's simple, but incredibly effective. Sit on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and slightly back under your knees. If you need to, place the chair against a wall so it doesn't slide. Lean forward from your hips so your nose moves over your toes. This shifts your center of mass over your feet and makes standing up smoother. Press through your heels and stand tall, finishing with your hips and knees straight. Lower back down slowly under control, avoiding a plop. Breathe out as you stand and breathe in as you sit. Start with 8 to 12 repetitions, rest, and complete 2 to 3 sets, 3 to 4 days per week. If that's hard, raise the seat height with a firm cushion, use a higher chair, or lightly push from the armrests as you build strength. If that's easy, lower the chair height or add a 1 to 2 second pause at the bottom before standing. Keep your chest proud and your knees tracking in line with your toes. Over time, you'll feel. Now we arrive at exercise number 1, the biggest difference maker for most people, calf raises with a pause. Your calf muscles help you push your body upward on each step and stabilize your ankles so you feel secure. Stand tall and hold a counter or rail for balance. Place your feet about hip width apart. Rise onto your toes as high as you comfortably can and pause for 1 to 2 seconds at the top. Imagine you're trying to grow a tiny bit taller. Then lower slowly for 2 to 3 seconds until your heels are back on the floor. Keep your movement smooth and controlled, no bouncing. Breathe out as you rise and in as you lower, and avoid holding your breath. Begin with both legs for 10 to 12 repetitions, rest, and complete 2 to 3 sets every other day. As your balance and strength improve, progress to single-leg calf raises by lifting one foot off the floor and performing fewer reps at first, such as 6 to 8 per side, and build up gradually. If your Achilles tendon or calves feel tight, warm up a little longer and use a smaller range of motion. If you're unsteady, stay with 2-leg raises and keep one or both hands on support. Over a few weeks of consistent practice, most people notice better push-off power, better ankle control, and a lighter, more confident feeling on stairs. Let's put these pieces together into a simple weekly rhythm. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, do wall sits, step downs, and calf raises. Keep the sets and reps modest at first, 2 sets of each exercise is plenty. On Tuesday and Thursday, do hip abductions and sit-to-stands, and add a gentle 10 to 15-minute walk if your energy allows it. On the weekend, take an easy walk, do light stretching, and let your body recover. If that schedule doesn't fit your life, no problem, just aim to train each movement pattern 2 to 3 times per week with a day of rest in between for the more demanding ones like step-downs and calf raises. The key is consistency. It's better to show up gently 3 or 4 days a week than to push hard once and skip the next week because you're sore. Now let's talk about form cues and common mistakes so you get the most out of each minute. For wall sits, the biggest mistake is sinking too low too soon. Start higher, find a pain-free angle, and breathe naturally. For step downs, the common error is letting the knee collapse inward or dropping too fast. Keep the knee lined up with the toes and slow the lowering to a count of 3. For hip abductions, many people lean their torso away from the lifting leg, which takes the work off the hip muscles. Stay tall and let the leg do the moving. For sit-to-stands, watch out for your knees drifting way forward and your back rounding. Use the nose over toes cue, push through the heels, and keep your chest lifted. For calf raises, avoid bouncing. The pause at the top and the slow lower down are where the real benefits happen. If you have knee pain or osteoarthritis, here are a few adjustments that often help. Prioritize sit-to-stands and hip abductions for a couple of weeks to build supportive strength around the knee. In wall sits, stay at a higher angle and keep the weight in your heels. In step-downs, reduce the step height and hold the rail firmly. You can even begin with a tap back, where you reach your foot back and tap the floor instead of stepping down off a box. If you've had a knee or hip replacement, get clearance from your surgeon or physical therapist and follow their guidelines for range of motion and load. For osteoporosis or balance issues, keep both hands near a stable support, avoid unstable surfaces, and focus on slow, controlled movements. If you have high blood pressure, avoid holding your breath. Steady breathing helps keep your blood pressure from spiking during effort. To help you stay on track, set up small, easy habits around these exercises. Do a quick set of hip abductions while your coffee brews. Pair your wall sit with your favorite morning song. Put a sticky note on the bathroom mirror that says nose over toes to remind you of sit-to-stands. Keep a simple log on your fridge or phone with boxes to tick: wall sit, step downs, hip side leg lifts, sit-to-stand, calf raises. Seeing your progress adds motivation. Celebrate small wins: an extra 5 seconds on a wall sit, a smoother step down, one more rep on calf raises. These tiny gains add up quickly. You might be wondering how long it will take to feel a difference. Everyone's timeline is personal, but many people notice small improvements in confidence and control within 2 to 3 weeks, especially with step-downs and sit-to-stands. Power in the calves and endurance from wall sits often show up by weeks 4 to 6. By 8 weeks of steady practice, most people feel noticeably more capable on stairs and in daily activities like getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, or walking up an incline. Again, there are no guarantees and we all progress at our own pace, but consistency pays off. If you miss a day, don't try to make it up with a huge session. Just pick up where you left off and keep going. Let's add a short cooldown to keep your joints happy. After your exercises, stand tall holding a counter and gently rock from heels to toes for 30 seconds to relax your ankles. Step one foot back and press the heel into the floor for a light calf stretch, then switch sides, about 20 to 30 seconds each. While holding the counter, gently bend one knee and tuck the pelvis slightly to feel a stretch in the front of the hip and thigh, then switch. Finish with 2 slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Cooling down helps reduce stiffness and reminds your nervous system that you're safe and steady. A quick recap of the big idea. Calf raises with a pause build the upward push and ankle control that make each step feel lighter. Sit-to-stands build practical leg strength for everyday life. Step-downs train slow, safe control when lowering your body and reduce that wobbly or uncertain feeling on stairs. Standing hip abductions strengthen your side hip stabilizers for better balance, so you don't sway or reach for the rail as often. Wall sits build the endurance to keep going from step to step without your legs giving out. Together, these 5